All right, what's going on, guys? This is Matt. We are back on Thursday, February 10th, an eventful day in the markets today. You can see with this big movement right here. And yeah, let's just start off with the Telegram. Let's go, where is it? No, that's not the one. This was the one right here. So just starting off with the morning. Everyone was smashing in London as per usual. So I woke up and I saw it. I was like, damn. Then we had had a little bit of a shit sleep, to be honest. And so yeah, anyways, I was thinking, couldn't really figure out what the heck Dixie wanted to do today. Honestly, I was looking at this as a scenario where I saw this breaker here. I knew that we wanted to probably get into that fill, but I didn't know what direction it wanted to go first. I didn't know if it wanted to go this way, and because I saw this as a potential option, all these equal lows here. And then I saw this also as an option where we have this structural point. And let me just start marking it out. And this was my kind of logic throughout this, where we had obviously strong low here. Then we had a high, we had a low that also swept and broke structure. So to me, this was also a strong low, which is why I was looking to go long right here. Well, I was actually looking to go short on Euro US dollar there, but I actually got stopped out before that happened a couple of days ago, or I think it was a couple of days ago or yesterday. And then, yeah, the next structural point would be right here. And so ultimately this should be that next swing up. And I realized after, like, I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know why I didn't focus more on this one, because this one was just super clear to me. Like now in hindsight, obviously, at the time I was like, just not sure, but I had it here too, where we had that sweep and then we had this consolidation running right back down to fill some imbalance right at that OTE level right there. And then targets were above here, up at the main one I was looking at was this one, because this was up at this breaker block up here. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking was the potential long option. Sorry, someone literally just knocked on the door again. It seems like every time I do a video, someone's knocking on the door here. But yeah, so that was the option. But again, like on Euro US dollar, this was my analysis where, again, for the whole week, the whole week except today, I've said that this is 1, 2, 3. So we have a swing point. We didn't break this low, unfortunately, with that one. So it's not the strongest one, but it still is a potential swing point after taking out a high. And then this one closed bearish. And so we were all sitting within this range, right? And I just had a feeling that we had these daily highs, equal highs up here. I thought we were going to come back above it and then come back down like that. Like that's what I wanted to see down to 3,500s. That was my idea, at least. And so, yeah, that was the main idea from the higher time frame. And then if I just fast forward or go to the next one, you can see here what I was thinking, where we swept a significant low and then we start creating this bullish structure. So I figured, again, like this was going to be the target. We have a bunch of imbalance and stuff up there. We have some a nice what's it called, target up there as well with the Fibo. And then you can see a nice fill here. And so I was like, yeah, like it's the higher time frames to me look more like one more sweep is coming to the upside. And then on the daily, I saw this as well. Completely neglecting what I said on the dollar index, right? Where we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, we have a low. And so really this whole thing is going to be the next swing point. And so, yeah, like it could have easily, or it followed structure. Essentially it followed just regular structure. Obviously you can look at the week and there was really just a bunch of consolidation throughout the week. So this is going to be what happened today was just a kind of manipulation day, but of all sides of the range. But yeah, this was my logic. And I mean, I guess if I were to go back in hindsight, I should have just continued with my overall bias, and which was down, right? Which was down into 3,500s. Today, I actually refined it to 3,800s, and I'll show you why a little bit later. But you can see here where we had an up move, we had this consolidation here, and we had another up move. Where does it go into? This nice order block here that consolidated, sweep, broke back down, and it broke structure. So to me, this is a really strong point. Again, just completely neglected. That's why I was looking for shorts yesterday. And that's why I got in shorts right here. And I got in shorts right at the top here as well. Okay. And then I got manipulated that last one got stopped out at break even, and then it went and it hit my target. This was my target right underneath this low from yesterday. If you guys remember that, if you guys were there, I said I want to be targeting this low. And then from there, I'll see, because I can still see this happening, to come and take out all this, all this, all this. And then this creates some sort of correction like that. And then it goes down. But that just wasn't the case, right? I mean, there's a reason why this one held. And I was just kind of neglecting it this morning. I'm not going to blame it on the fact that I was exhausted and had a terrible sleep. But I'm sure that does kind of impact, like your decision-making abilities and stuff. So I'll definitely do better. The reason being, actually, I'll go into it a little bit, was because I've decaf coffee here, and so I accidentally grabbed the caffeinated coffee, which is that was my bad, and it was like night. So yeah, I just had a terrible sleep. Felt like I was on drugs or something. But anyways, we got this sweep here, broke structure here. This whole wick becomes what, right? This is a wick imbalance. There's going to be some imbalance within that. And now that's going to be our consolidation, sweep, break back down, return to that origin, and then down. But again, I was just looking at the higher time frames, and I was like, man, this kind of looks like it's bullish to take out this high, and completely neglected just the basics, right? The structural basics there. This was the last one to break structure. And so, yeah, not only that though, it's just like the way that this came up is so corrective. Like, this is clearly an impulse to me, and this is clearly corrective. It's just, yeah, I just was over analyzing, and sometimes that happens. So it is what it is, but you'll see, I definitely call myself out on it. And yeah, you can see a bunch of liquidity pooling up there. The way that we were going up to me, looked like this, right? Well, we had the open, we had down in the beginning of the day. This was a beautiful buy opportunity here. We go up, we have our pre-New York correction right back down to an order block. And so I was figuring, yeah, like the daily cycle looks bullish. We have this structure, right? We're obviously making bullish structure here. However, again, completely ignored that this is the most extreme point. We've been respecting it, and then we broke structure on a lower time frame. Therefore, what does that confirm? That it confirms this, and we have a fractal right here to confirm the downside. Again, these are just mistakes I made live, like, it is what it is. Again, I was looking for that daily cycle. And here, let me go down to it so you can see my messages. I was like, yeah, I think that's going to happen. And I was like, wow, I guess it's saving that buy side for later. Like, I was just like, whatever. But that's why I was saying in the chat, but this is why I don't trade news events. Like, I won't enter specifically on monetary, like CPI as well. Like, there's no way I'm entering on that, because there was one time I was trading and I was risking between 3 and 5% per trade on one of my accounts. And I think I grew it up to about like 14,000 or so. And then I took one trade on a monetary policy event, and I got stopped out negative 40% due to slippage, because it was a monetary policy event. Negative 40. And after that, I was like, nah, this ain't it. So I said, I'd rather just be in, like, I'll miss those gladly. Like, I'd rather just trade later, and then that's it. There's no point in trying to rush it. And so, yeah. And I said the first analysis on Dixie, or which one? It ended up following this, the first analysis, this one here, right? Bang on, like literally reverse from that level, gave actually another buy model right here on a lower time frame. And then it just went off to the moon right here. You can see, look at that little buy model here, right there, comes back into that order block, zips, starts taking out all this, comes back up into that 900 level, 850, 900 level that we were talking about a little earlier. Yeah, and then that's what I said here. Like, I was wrong on the direction on EU, guys. Like, obviously being transparent, I have nothing to hide. Like, I'm wrong pretty frequently. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right often, like almost all the time, but sometimes you'll have times where you just can't get it right. And today was one of those days. It just is what it is. Even though this morning I messaged my boy Mac Gray, and we were talking as we do every morning before trading. And I was like, yeah, CPI is going to go fill that void. So I kind of went against like what I was thinking, but it's all good. And then, yeah, then here, this was my one trade again. After the news event happened, again, this was the news event. This was the nice little sell model right here. News event happened. Okay. Again, I don't mind missing that, especially if you're in that with like a 2 pip stop and it goes the other way, you're getting absolutely rinsed, and you're getting all your slippage is going to be disgusting, you know. But anyways, it leaves this void. I'm seeing stuff right here that I can't really dive into because it's a part of my specific strategy. And again, that's going to be reserved for the mentorship. But essentially, all you have to know is that, you know, we had all these daily lows down here. It smashed them, and now this to me was my confirmation right here. And the target was initially 14,200s, and then I moved it up. I moved it up as it's going on, and you'll see with the next slides. Okay, so first of all that, and then I took partials there. First, take profit in case it wanted to just continue the structure, and then right up here at the 200s, I was like, going to take a little bit of, or I'm going to take some heavy partials off here. I'm going to let the rest rock up to 14,300s, and boom, just nailed it. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So just played out perfectly. Again, this entry was a little bit, it's different. It's not the one I teach on YouTube. It's my own. So you can go back test it and try and find out, you know, what I was thinking, and maybe you can come to your own conclusions with that. But it's more just the whole setup. So look at this and study it, because there's like, that's a huge key. If you study that, I mean, and you look for that, what's going on in these, you'll probably find an answer. Okay. And then this was afterwards, I posted and I said, guys, like I said, did anybody take this as a super valid trade? Again, based off what is being taught here, we had a nice key liquidity pool here. We had our consolidation, sweep, inducement, break above that inducement. There's a nice imbalance up here. And so 50% of that order block got filled, and then we start going down. But my target was down here. And I said I would have taken some partials right here at about 5 or at about 6R, right? I would take some partials there. Ultimately, yeah, there's actually another set, like fractal right here where it missed, or it broke down. Sorry, one second, let me just go back. So we have our consolidation, our sweep. You can see a little wick right there, comes back down, induces right into this order block, boom. So that was, you could have even scaled onto that one there, actually. But yeah, and I said, did anyone take this? Why is this valid? Let me know. And actually that's, yeah, that's what I was thinking what was going to happen. I said, again, my first TP would be hit here if I was actually in this trade. Again, I wasn't in this trade. I was off my computer as it was developing. And then I came back and it was right where it was. So, and then, yeah. And I said, look, if you can, like, there's no point in aiming for those 100Rs. I kind of went off today. I'm like, you know, there's no part, or you were trying to hit those 100R trades where I hit a 6R here and a 6R here. Again, if you're trading like an FTMO account or something like that, like, you're good, you're set. There's no, you don't need to try and double the account. Like, take your, like, hit these trades and then you're set. Like, you don't need to be hitting 100R. Again, that's like phase 5 or 10. Like, if you want to build up to that, sure. But if you're not consistent at hitting 10 or hitting 2Rs and 3Rs and 4Rs, what the hell, how do you think you're going to hit 100Rs? Like, you have to build up to that. You know, even me, like, I'm not there. No chance am I there. I'm not hitting 100Rs. I hit my 6Rs, my 7Rs. Like, I've hit 30, 40Rs, but these are my bread and butter setups. Like, these are where I'm most comfortable. I hit 6R, I'm done. Like, I'm happy. You know, I make my money, I'm done. There's no need to be greedy about it, you know? And so that's what, yeah, that's what I kind of went off on today. And then where was it? Yeah, boom, hit target. And that was it. And then I posted some good stuff. You can see my mug there. And yeah, that's it, guys. Let's dive into the charts here. And you can see it's actually dying from that initial entry there. So first level, okay, these are daily lows. Let me just mark out. Let me mark out 10 pips. Okay, so each one of these is going to be 10 pips. So 64. So we need to see 764. Boom. Okay. Oh no, wait, that's going to be that. So this is 20 pips. Let me go 10. Was it 64? 64. Okay, so this is 20 pips. Again, below daily low, we also have what? 800 big figure right there. That's why I was looking at this level. 20 pips below daily range, coming back down. Where was it? 800 big figure. Okay, for all you guys asking. I was looking at this one. Why? Significant liquidity pool. That's it. I was actually wanting to see the 1,500s actually get hit, but then we got the sell set up a little bit below. So I said, you could have taken that right there. Right? So this was the 500s. Again, just front run it. I thought it was going to push up, but again, that's five pips away, is what it is, right? And again, I still think like now the way that it's looking, it looks like it's going to come back down to our to that level, right, to the 500s. So we'll just mark off the 500 just in case. I think today was just one of those manipulation days, just swept either side of the market. And that's that. Now we're going to come back down to our 500 levels, probably is what I'm assuming, unless we stop somewhere in this wick. But the way that it's coming down looks pretty manipulative to me. Yeah, we failed to create a higher high on the daily. So that means this is going to be a weak low down here. Right. So yeah, the daily is going to target this level. I wouldn't be taking any longs from that wick, to be totally frank. I'd be looking for this again, just like we were looking for, but you got to be adaptive with the market, right? We were looking for this to get hit right here. And then we have a nice little, what's that? A hidden base right in between that, or that breaker. So I would not be surprised to see that. If I was in any shorts or whatever, I'd be taking profits at 13,500s. If I was swinging, again, that's not my style. That's not my style. If you want to learn swing trading, go. You can go somewhere else that does that, right? To me, I want to be in and out in a day. It's just something that I realized worked for me. Every time I tried to hold swings throughout the night, they get stopped at a break even. So that, like, sometimes I'll do it if it's a really big opportunity, but if not, then I don't do it. You know, like today I could have, if I was in some of that, if I got in this short up here. But again, it is what it is. It is what it is. So you can see here, 20 pips below. And again, sorry guys for ranting there a little bit. I just got a little excited. 20 pips below. This is where it hit 13,800. Boom, right? Swept previous day's lows. There you go. Big runner. Today, earlier on, you could see again that this would have been a really nice opportunity, right? So we had this, and in London, like I said it into the group, I was like, if I were awake in London, I would definitely have been looking at this, right? Because I would want to be a seller from right here. And this is where everyone in the group smashed this today. So what happens again, we got our sweep coming right up to there. Only thing is I thought for sure the way that this was coming down, that it was going to be a correction right down to here. Okay. This imbalance right there. And it hit it. We gave a reaction and it just failed. You can see right here, it gave a little bit of a setup right before. And this is when I actually took this short on demo because I saw this and I was like, it actually kind of looks like it's going down, because it should have held that to continue going up, but it didn't. And it held this instead. And so this one, again, gave a little setup, but nothing that I would actually take in an actual setting, right? In a live setting with a live account. But ultimately, what we see here is we get this nice sweep. We get this break of structure. We come back down to mitigate, right? Last few down candles. Plus at the same time, we have this kind of liquidity base forming right here. It dabbles into that. We get our fractal in London where we get a sweep, break of structure right here. We have inducement right here. Let's see if we have any lower time frame refinements. We'll look at that. We have a nice order block right there. It didn't even hit this though. So that's unfortunate. If you missed that, no worries. That was probably what I would have used, especially because we have this imbalance here. Did it tag the imbalance? I actually didn't see this because, I think it did. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it just literally tapped that low. What's that low? 14226. 14226. Yeah. So it literally tapped the low, didn't fill up this imbalance at all. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have been tagged in that unless I just use this inducement as my level, because it's so close. Which, how close is that? Let's see. 0.5 pips. Yeah, totally. like I would definitely have just used this inducement, because this, I've learned my lesson through this. Like I've done this so many times where I just try and go for this, and it's 0.5 pips away. I don't even get tagged in, which is heartbreaking. Again, this is only a 3.7 pip stop. If you were a little bit more aggressive, you could use this one right here, right? But I don't like to use these ones when there's no wicks for the imbalance fill. So anyways, that's it right there. Again, where are we going to be targeting? Well, obviously we have this level up in here. You can see we can refine a little bit to that imbalance. You can see we have a little bit of an inducement right in front of it, right here. Okay. And if we use our Fibo from this low to this high, you can see coming in right there, we get that confluence there. So again, if you're not sure where to enter here, you can just pull the fib and you can say, hey, it's somewhere and around this level. Like it doesn't matter if I enter, you know, at the 62 or the 79, whatever. It's just like, let's just get in and in trade. And like, look at this, right? You get that respect on that first target, blows through the second one, boom, hits your one standard deviation of that swing and rejects, right? So that's your trade right there. Of course, I would have probably taken off a significant amount of my position right here, right at this inducement. Again, why? Because it's the exact same fractal as this right here, where this is an inducement here. And that's why I would enter right off that. If I'm going to enter there, it's the same thing as I could enter right here. But right here, the stop loss would be way too big for me. And so what I would do is just wait to see for some setup, or I would enter directly right off it. You can see there's a little bit of a wick imbalance right here. A bunch of the wick that hasn't got filled yet. Boom. You can see it gets tagged right there. It lines up perfectly with that one. So again, you could have just taken it straight off this if you wanted to, right off there, if that's what you wanted, a little 2 pip stop. And again, by the time the news came out, I would personally have been out of this trade. I would have personally been taking my profits here into that imbalance, and then seeing how it developed, I was like, I would be like, yeah, I would take it out. Again, that's fine with me. Would I have missed this whole move? Sure. 26R? Yeah, I would have. Again, do I care? Absolutely not. Because if this went the other way and now my 2 pip stop got filled, you know, I don't know, 20 pips above here, like how many pips did this run? Really, before it hit offers, it probably, yeah, it hit right here. Okay. So it ran, say 39 pips from the entry here. If it ran 39 pips from this entry, like without filling my order, yeah, it's just insane. The amount that you're going to be losing from that, the slippage that you're going to be facing. So to me, it's just not worth it. And so I would have definitely been closing from here. Again, I know people that trade it, good for them. You know, like that's just not what I do. So again, you can do that if you want, but it just comes with a pretty big warning from someone who lost a significant amount of money trading news back in the day. Also made a bunch of money doing it as well. So, you know, you just have to figure out what's good with you. But anyways, we come back in London. What do we see here? We see what? After we hit that level, so we hit our higher time frame POI, we have a sweep on liquidity, break of structure, super equal highs here. This was just so clean. And this is what I woke up to, where people were like, yeah, just smash this trade. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to give you guys my account so you guys trade for me. But yeah, and then there's this nice imbalance fill right there, strong high up there. So you can enter anywhere in here, right? You could have entered right there, stop above here. Again, that's 2 pips right there. With spread, of course, you want to do, say 2, and then if you have 0.3 spread, okay, there you go. Oh, point. And we'll just go 2.5 because that's a nice round number. A nice number, okay? Again, targeting down here in this low, I would target maybe 50% of that. There you go. There's your 5R, almost 5R. So now you caught this one, which is a 6R up, 5R down. You could have done that for sure. You don't have to hit 100R, right? And then again, we had this inefficient run down. I was starting to see price develop the way that I want to here. We had some nice equal highs here. Again, structure is intact, but algorithmic structure has changed. That's it. I can't say any more about that, but that's what's happening right here, is that we have structure, regular structure, algorithmic structure has shifted. As soon as this low broke for me, I was looking for longs. Again, we hit that 13,800. Now we can look for some fractals that we can trade, right? down and around that low. Is there anything here? Well, yeah, like look at, you could have literally taken this one right here, right? Last down candle that swept, broke structure, comes back down to fill some imbalance. It's also at that level. How many pips of a stop is this? Again, this would have been a little bit bigger, but first target, or like you could be targeting probably the London low kind of area that I would be, this is what I would be looking at personally. And this is why I did take partials here. I was looking at something like that right at the 200 big figure, right at London low. And then the rest I targeted right here, right? This imbalance fill. I had no idea that it was going to run all the way and break all these highs today. No idea. The way that it was going up made me start to think that when it was starting to gap through here, I was like, oh no, I have a feeling it's going to go take out all these equal highs, daily highs, etc. But the probabilities from my testing is that when you break the previous day's low, it's a 7% chance that you're going to break the previous day's high as well within the same day. Again, today was a news day, so that's why this happened. But this doesn't happen very frequently, and because of that, if I'm entering down here, the highest probability is going to be within this void, right? It's not going to be me targeting new daily highs and taking out the weekly. No, because there's only a 7% chance that happens. And so that was my logic as to why I took it there. And then again, we hit a significant liquidity pool up here, right? Which is what? Right? Significant high gets taken out. Let's go down to the 1 minute. What do we see? We see our sweep, break a structure. Now this one you get a really nice entry on, just like you did in London. Okay. And look at that. And so this was my imbalance up here, right? This, or not my imbalance, sorry. This was the imbalance right up here. It's not mine. Right here. We didn't fill it up. And this is again, just like another example of why, like, if the inducement is close to where you're like looking to entry, like why try and refine it like so aggressively? Like, again, if I entered right here and my stop loss is 4.5 pips, and right here, if I entered at like, say maybe the imbalance fill right here, my stop loss is 3 pips, but I didn't get that one. I didn't get that opportunity yet. I got this one, and now I caught the trade. It's like, is it worth it? Again, you can catch the next one right here too. Look at, right? Like I said, a lot of the times you'll get offered multiple opportunities where you get a sweep here, a break back down, inducement right here, right? For me, I would not have put my stop above there because we have this imbalance above. Even though it did mitigate out of this order block here, it could have been that this is the inducement. So what I would have done is enter right here above this inducement right here, like that. Okay. And I would have put my stop above here. Again, 4 pips. I can put it above here if I want to be a little bit more greedy or a little bit more aggressive rather. That's totally fine as well. And again, you can see here, I guess this is really the swing point, to be honest. So like you could have definitely done this. If I do, you can see pull the fib, you can see like where are you going to enter from, anywhere in that zone. If I just do the bodies, you can see anywhere in that zone, and you can see, look at the targets, right? 2R, and then it just absolutely exploded down. But yeah, so you could have taken this one right from here. Again, where are you going to enter? I would have just entered right at the inducement because it's so close, right? So you could have taken that. You could have scaled in right here with this right at the inducement as well. Stop loss above this high. Or yeah. And then my target was essentially, I said, I'm going to take partials right here. Right. Again, why? Because this is the point of imbalance where price essentially came up, grab liquidity. So I know that there's a very high probability that price returns back to this level. Again, 3.5R, right? My actual target for this trade was down at 500 right here, right? So 10R. And then this one could have been 8R. So you really could have smashed both of those. And then there was another opportunity right here because we had this is really a breaker block on a higher time frame. Okay. This was the block that broke through it. We had this retracement back up. and I was analyzing. I actually took this on demo as well, and then I had a call, so I cut it. I was actually screen recording, so then I was going to show it after. And my target on that one was down to here, right down to here, which is right where we hit. Okay, so that's what I was actually going to. I was going to post that. And again, this one I entered off of this, and I'll show you exactly why. So we came back up to this level, mitigated. I wouldn't have entered directly off this, but I'd like to see how it developed here. What happened? We have a sweep structure, break, inducement right there. There was no entry opportunities for me here. Like there was nothing clean. So I would have left that. What do we have again? We have a break of structure right here. All right, we have a consolidation right here. We have a consolidation. We have a sweep breakdown. And then I saw that these kind of two candles right here were just giving me kind of an inducement. And again, where was I looking? I was looking at, there's a nice imbalance between these two, nice fair value gap, and then a little fair value gap up there. So I entered directly off of this little like hidden base right there. That's what I was going to do. Or I had this recorded. And then this one would have been a decent trade back down to here. This was where my target was, right down here. It was actually a little higher. It was right there because it's the 2 minute. Yeah. Okay. So that would have been it there. Again, this could have been your trading day today. Like you literally could have smashed almost every direction of the market without trading the news event, right? You get the volatility of the news, but you can trade it afterwards at key points in liquidity, and then waiting for your setups. So this was all available. I took one. Again, I don't trade London, so I took this one. Actually, no, sorry, I took it way lower. I took it like right around here, right? Again, this was like a 6R, something like that. It's like a 6R. And then this one I missed. This one I missed again, just coming back on the computer when it was like right here. And so yeah, and then this one I took on demo. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's a review for today. I mean, it was a pretty heavy day today in regards. There was opportunities all over the map. I would say that these ones were, one sec, sorry, wrong tool. I would say that these ones here were, let's see. Yeah, these ones here, this one, this one, this one, and this one, these two being the most high probable. Like these were like my A+ setups, these two. And this one would have been this one as well, but for, I wouldn't say A+. I would say maybe this one is like a B, in A. Yeah, just like an A for a couple of reasons. But again, still a great setup, but these ones were really A+, these ones. So go ahead and study them, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. And that's it. Thank you guys again. I think on YouTube, we're almost at the big 1,000. So I'm super hyped about it. And on Telegram, what are we at? We're at 643. Super excited about that as well. Yeah, hopefully this is helping you out. I've received a ton of messages today, so I'm just super grateful for all of you guys. Thanks again. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Cheers. Have a great day.